So as the second half of the season continues moving forward, we move on to one of the trickier tracks of the F1 calendar. We are here at Suzuka, here in Japan, and we are here for RPL F1 Season 5, and this is round 13. Welcome along, everyone. I am Ironwolf here, and this is going to be a fun little race on a very tricky circuit, that is for sure. Now, the Suzuka circuit is a very tame, insane, difficult track, that is for certain. But let's take a look at some of the drivers that are in this event going into this. So, and as one guy is immediately disconnected, we have Scyther in the AlphaTauri. Payox King, we will get to that person in a moment. In the other AlphaTauri. Artifact in the Williams, debuted last week. Matt McLaren, F1X in the Alpine. Cryptic in the Aston Martin as either TB or Reese is coming out on deck first. Stenner, Alfa Romeo. Maxwell, Red Bull. The Chiller and Gecko in the Ferrari. Beatnik in the McLaren. Wavy Knife in the Haas. And it is Reese that's out on deck first. Alright. Redfire Tiger in the other Alpine. KVS in the other Alfa Romeo. Luke in the other Red Bull. TB in the other Mercedes. Bourbon in the other Williams. Jack in the other Aston Martin. So Mercedes jumping out of the gate first. Now one thing to note, last week was Russia, and it came down to a battle to the wire, and it was literally the last lap in the last DRS zone. Payox King pulled the upset by passing TB to win his first ever RPL race. TB had to settle for second after holding off not only Payox Kings for a long time, but also fought off a ruthless crusade by Luke to claim, and Luke was claimed in third. Now, unfortunately, drivers and constructor standings I don't have again because it wasn't updated again, but we can just safely assume as it is. Haas and Williams are eliminated from winning the Constructors' Championship. So, we're going to go on board with Reese as he is making his way through the mighty Suzuka circuit. As he heads his way into turn number 1, world famous for Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost crashing in 1990. Now making his way through the S's. The S's, very tricky, very ruthless if you take the curbs wrong, especially in this corner in turn 4, which I will admit I found out the hard way a few times in F2. Turn 4 isn't, if you touch the curb, is an automatic spin zone. He makes his way out through the S's into DuPont. Now he's going to go underneath the tunnel here. Very tiny bit loose coming out of that corner. Making his way into the second hairpin. Now it's just flat out. Now it's a flat out run through here. Getting right up to perhaps 8th gear. Close to it, maybe, as he makes his way in the spoon now. Just nice form through the spoon corner, right up with the curbs there. As he now makes his way charging on through to 130R. And these guys go flat out. These guys are probably doing almost 190 miles an hour going through 130R into the Casio Triangle. It's a little up on those curves in the entry, a little loose on exit, but here he comes across the line to stop it, and he sets a provisional time of a 28.9. So Reese sets the bar for the first run. Looks like next up is going to be Matt. Oh no, it's Beatnik. I'm sorry, it was Beatnik I saw. Artifact debuted last week in Russia. He did pretty decently, I will admit, his first race. Nearly was up into the points. Unfortunately, lost that position to Cryptic and had to finish in 11th place. And there he goes right there. As I'm saying it, turn 4 can catch you off guard if you're not careful. And that's what Artifact found out the hard way. His tires are definitely going to be square now. Anyways, Matt comes across earlier, 29-1 TB, Reese's teammate, about 7/10 of about half a second, 29-4. Red Fire with a 30.7 and Cryptic a 30.9. F1X is going to be starting up his run. Looks like Jack's going to be finishing next. So he comes across, goes for fastest. Well, this is very early. It is full qualifying, so anything can change over the next several minutes. Luke on his outlap, making his way through the S's. Here's Beatnik around the Casio triangle. And he will finish up his lap. We'll see what he can provide. And he's about he's 9/10 off his teammate. So Beatnik putting on a strong, solid run. Now here's Maxwell. Maxwell unfortunately had to miss out on last week's race. But the reserve that he had to run for, which was Payox, as said prior, Payox pulled off an upset win, win the race for the Red Bull team. And he's right back in form, that's for sure. 3/10 up on Reese, 28.5. And looks like we're saying goodbye. Looks like AK just left. He was the other spectator, but I'm willing to presume AK probably left and he's going to rejoin and race in the other Haas. I'm willing to bet that's probably what's going to happen. Now, what's interesting is that, yep, here he comes. He's back in it, so he'll be in the other Haas. Now normally the Haas team, it's normally WMD and Trappy. Unfortunately, they're both not here tonight. Wavy Knife, he competed in F2 earlier. Unfortunately, DNF'd in the sprint. He DNF'd in the sprint, and also DNF'd in the feature too. So rough run there. And who was that? It looks like Maxwell just got in Bourbon's way. Bourbon was on a lap, and Maxwell, I think, just got in his way. That was a bit naughty from Maxwell, I will say there. So Bourbon's going to have to go again. Scyther's on his way up. Not a good spot to block, but Scyther comes across. He's a millisecond clear of Beatnik. Not bad for him. Not a bad run for him. Well, let's see. Oh, never mind. Luke just crossed, and he's 400s clear of his teammate Maxwell. I think KVS is just cleared out from. I think KVS is just cleared from Spoon. There he goes into 130R now. So here he comes. As the rest of these guys will be finishing up their laps, we'll be finding out on who is currently the bottom 5. KVS looks like he has to go again. It was a bad time, 36.3. It's much better. It's much better than Bourbon's unfortunate time of a 45.0, and he's meeting up with both Haas's. They move out of the way just in time before 130R. It looks like AK is slowed down so he can get himself prepped up for a lap. And Bourbon comes across. He's about 1.1 seconds clear of his teammate. Now let's see who's next to finish a lap. Okay, looks like it's going to be DeChiller and Stenner. There's Payox right there on his out lap. So Payox and Stenner will be next to set their runs. KVS and DeChiller invalidates it again. That's a problem with DeChiller. That's to say the least. And good night, Stenner. Stenner catches the curb out of the spoon and just pulverizes the wall. And if that, and this game followed actual F1, there'd be a red flag for sure. With only 7 minutes to go. KVS, he's gonna come. He's going for one more run. He's going for one more run. Looks like AK's got a problem. Wavy Knife's gonna be restarting his run too. So we had the Chiller. So Stenner is out of qualifying after losing it on the curb at a spoon. Just bashes that wall. I mean, literally, both his left side wheels gone. I mean, that was just a nasty impact. So, now we move on. We have the Chiller here. Let's see, where's Payox? Oh, Payox is in spoon. So, and... okay. Okay. Well, there's Luke in the Casio triangle. And AK got himself a 5-place grid penalty because he just bashed it, and AK's gone airborne, and he's out. Okay. Wow. Never expected that. Anyways, but Payox, 31-4. Currently, I mean, literally last week's winner in the bottom 5. Well, now technically bottom 3. As Artifact actually improved. Now, Wavy Knife is the last one to settle out. Okay. Well, that was kind of funny. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was interesting. So it looks like Wavy Knife is the only one yet to set a lap, and that was the Chiller off track. Anyway, so Wavy Knife is the only one to set a lap, but currently the bottom 3, if Wavy Knife gets one to be really good, the bottom 3 right now is Payox, which is last week's winner, KVS, and Bourbon. But anyways, by the looks of it, it's going to be a Red Bull 1-2 for Q1, as there's nearly 3.5 minutes to go, and it's Luke and Maxwell on top for Q1 as of right now. But literally, KVS, Payox, they're in the bottom 5 as Wavy goes off. As Wavy goes off track. Up and around DuPont. But yeah, those two. Anyways, KVS, Payox, those two at risk of being knocked out of Q1. Artifact and Bourbon, they're in the bubble, along with Cryptic. Those three are in the bubble. And Artifacts crashed it. Yeah, Artifacts crashed. Yep, there he is right there. Crashed in the pit lane. So now we have a few gonna be gone, but at this point we're gonna have 6 out of Q1. We have AK and Stenner that haven't set a lap. KVS and Payox, if they don't get along with Bourbon, if they don't get faster than a 31.066, they'll be out with Artifact. So there'll only be 14 people going into Q2 if they don't pass Artifact's time. So Bourbon, he has a 31.197. Thankfully, with where he is, let's see, what were these two? So F1X has called it. He's 10th fastest, so he's okay to go into Q2. But anyways, Payox, let's see, with Payox and KVS, with where they are, once they cross the line, if they invalidate their lap, they're done. They will be done and out of Q1. So let's see, where is Bourbon? Wait, nope. Actually, Wavy Knife. He's one that we have to watch. Let's see what he's got. As he passes Maxwell. Maxwell's going to be going for another run, by the looks of it. It's Wavy Knife. Looks pretty good, maybe. Is he gonna? Oh! Only 18th fastest. So he's gonna again. He is going to have to try again to try to beat his time. Here comes Bourbon to come across the line. And he's improved. So he's in 14th. And he's clear of Artifacts. So he will be advancing to Q2. The question is, can KVS or Payox pass 31.066 in order to get into Q2? If they can't, then we will be saying goodbye to 6 drivers. Not the typical 5. So Stenner crashed out. Stenner crashes out of Spoon. AK bumps with contact with Luke, sends him off, and Wavy Knife's off. There he is. In Sector 2 there. And Payox, 10th fastest, so he's through. And KVS in the wall, out of Spoon. So that's the end of KVS. So both Alfa Romeos, both Haas's, and 1 Williams out of Q1. As KVS is not going to improve his time, so Bourbon just sneaks in and he makes it through. So now the question is, who will get through Q2 and go into Q3? We'll find out in just a sec. That's for sure. Oh, and just one other thing I just noticed. Payox King's time, he matched Scyther. They both have a 30.051. So since Scyther had his first, he got the position. Alright, so we are loading up into queue number 2 now. So we did say goodbye to both Haas's of AK and Wavy Knife. We said goodbye to both Alfa Romeos of KVS and Stenner. And we said goodbye to the Williams of Artifact. 3 of them crashed out before improving their time. And what's that? Who's out first? Is that Red? Oh, okay. We got Cryptic. It's probably Red Fire. Red Fire, and he's got Gecko, and he had Gecko almost inside him. That would have been really funny. But anyways, Red Fire, Gecko, and Red Fire, Gecko, TB, and Cryptic out on softs, but F1X on mediums. But F1X on the medium tires. So it looks like Alpine is going to be playing an alternate strategy by the looks of it. A soft tire lineup for Red Fire and a medium tire run up for F1X. Just a couple seconds here. So, something I will mention here with Bourbon here. Bourbon into Williams, putting his Williams into Q2. This is the last time any Williams got into Q2 was Jack getting into Q2 all the way back in Austria. So Austria was the last time a Williams got into Q2 here in RPL. So it's been a while, like 7-8 rounds for that to happen. Hey, Reddy, are you really on mediums? It says you're on softs. It says on screen. Okay, never mind. Who's gonna be finishing a lap first? Oh, it's gonna be Red. It's gonna be Red, I think. Looks like Red will be first to finish. So let's see what Red's got. Red will be the starting timer. Here he comes across the line. Just kicked it off. 30.5. And Gecko smashes it away with a 29-1. TB 29-2. Cryptic. Cryptic? No, Cryptic's coming in. Cryptic must have had something go wrong. There's F1X. A little loose. And it's a 30.8. Looks like the Chiller's next. Well, he'll pull off for a time. It's going to be in the 29s. That's a 29.5. Looks like next up is going to be Reese. TV's teammate. And right behind him is going to be Jack. So let's get to that. Here comes Reese across the line. And he's dived onto the pits. He abandoned the lap. And Jack, 30.1. PX King. Oh, he's got to go over. Do another run. That's a horrifying lap. Looks like Scyther's off for another run. Or, no, that's Maxwell on a run. Goes Bourbon now. That's a 31-3. Bourbon. Where's Scyther? Oh, Scyther. And we just lost Artifact. Good night. Good night, Artifact. Let's get him back. I'll get him back. Do. Oh, there you are. Wow. You join, get knocked out of Q1, and then you're going on a PC2. What a bitch. Fair enough. Just 1 second. Couple seconds, guys. Okay, sorry about that. We just had a little issue we had to fix up. But apparently, once qualifying is all done, we will be restarting the event. We'll be restarting this event due to we'll be restarting and getting into the normal grid positions. Because I guess AK was not supposed to be racing. It was Salt that was supposed to. Let's take a look. Oh, Maxwell 28.8. Nice. That's a schmexy lap. Matt 29.2. TB 29. I mean, a lot of these guys are putting in low 30s and high 29s. Very gorgeous laps. That's for sure. And the two title rivals here, Matt. Reese and Luke up right in tandem, and it looks like Reese might be getting a little dirty air from Luke here, but this is a little good enough to be fine. But anyways, Luke will be coming across the line first, and he puts in a 29.0, and Reese 28.7, 28.9. So Reese, a 10th off of Maxwell. And Luke, a 10th off of Reese. So it looks like Maxwell is going to be hanging on right now. I mean, with just over 5 minutes, with under 6 minutes to go, as it sits right now, Luke and Maxwell will be on medium tires, while everyone else will be dealing with softs. And that's the top 10. Bourbon with a 30.9 and Payox 30.2. That is going to be interesting. Anyways, with everyone's laps in, with everybody's laps in here, let's see. Well, let's just put it simply. The bottom 5 right now is Bourbon, Cryptic, F1X, Red Fire, and Payox. That could be knocked out of Q2. And Jack, Beatnik, and Scyther are in the bubble. Potentially getting knocked out. And actually, Luke has just done another run. And it's much faster. 28.6. Good lord, man. Gecko has called it a run. Earl has called it a run. So he's sitting in P4, so he is okay to get himself into Q3. And only a couple people out for another run. That is the Chiller and Jack. They're out on deck. Yep, the Chiller and Jack coming out of yeses. As the Chiller passes by Luke, who's on a cooldown lap now. So, like I said, so once this qualifying session is over, we'll be going into a new lobby, to which also we will be setting up everyone's settings and all that such. So, as it sits right now, let's see, who set their fastest lap? Oops. Best lap. Okay, so it's Luke and Maxwell that'll be having to start on the medium tires. Cutting the race. Well, everyone else at this present moment is on the softs. But literally, those that are in P11 and down, they get free reign of tire. Enjoy. If I'm hearing it right, it sounds like where I'm at, I'm getting thunderstorms. Lovely. Well, I've done commentary in a few thunderstorms before and no power outages yet, so should be okay. But if I do lose connection and the stream cuts off, I'm just gonna say this: if I wind up losing connection or anything, and I can't get back for a while, AK, if you're listening, you might want to hop onto the commentary booth and probably take over. But that's only if it happens. But if I do, I'll just notify everyone by mobile. As Jack just invalidated out of there. Oops. Got a little wide there. Let me check the... Oh, I had that wrong. That's the Degno curve. That's the Degner curve. Okay. Okay, never mind. So, turn 9 was where he invalidated it. Let's see. Oh, Jack. Now, Jack did invalidate. Let's see. What would his lap be? Well, he improved slightly, but one changes position. That is unfortunate to say, but Payox thumbs up, so he might come close to nipping P9 off of Beatnik. As we're under the last few seconds of this event, of this Q2 session, as the top two have called it a Payox P9. So Payox, very strong showing. Here comes Red Fire. Now Red Fire has one opportunity left. And if he messes it up, he's done. So, looks like F1X, he's got one last chance too. Let's see, who's next on, who's first for the runners to get a run done? Okay, looks like it's gonna be, is it Matt? No, that's Beatnik, he's the last one to start. So looks like TB is gonna finish up his run. And it's P4. So it's P4 for Beatnik. And if he plans to go one more run, he could if he wants. And let's see, that's the end of Q2. And looks like the chiller has called it back. So the chiller, PE at the moment, he's at risk of getting knocked out. And looks like Jack is backed off. So Jack is gonna get knocked out of Q2. Let's see, what about his teammate? He's only P13. And Matt, did he improve? Yes, he did. So Matt on the mediums. So Matt, Maxwell, and Luke will be on the medium tires for this event. And F1X, he comes on. Oh, just misses out by 0.05 of a second. So Red Fire just misses out. What about F1X? Is he gonna make it? He just nicks it. Beat Nick out of Q2. Might be out of Q2. And Bourbon, P15. Here comes Beatnik. Can he nip Payox? And he does. Payox King knocked out of Q2. So Payox King, Red Fire Tiger, Jack, Cryptic, and Bourbon out of Q2. So who will go into Q3? We'll find out in just a sec. So that's the end of Q2. And there it is. Luke, Maxwell, and Matt on medium compound tires. Everyone else on sauce for the top 10. And we say goodbye to Payox, Red Fire, Jack, Cryptic, and Bourbon. Alright, so here we are in a Q3. And let's see, the first ones, it's Luke, Gecko, and TB. I know this is a warm-up lap, but literally Luke and Gecko look like they're fighting for a race position. This is basically a little preview of what to see within the next 20 minutes. So this should be interesting, but we know that Luke's gonna back off. Yep, there he goes. Decelerates off the throttle as we are anticipating Gecko's run as he just knocks the ball art off in the triangle. Off he goes. Off and away we go for this will be the benchmark Q3 lap. So, if I had to predict who would be the top 3, I would say it would be Luke P1, Maxwell P2, and Reese P3. That's who I predict will be the top. That'll be the top ones. And interestingly enough, Luke, just want to mention here as we're scouting on him, he is on deck to going for a 3-time in a row Drivers' Championship. Interestingly, for Season 6, he has no ride. And the only rides available at this point in Season 6 F1, there is, let me just take a look at my records. Well, nice thunderbolt seeing in the sky. Anyways, it's, that's, the only seats available is the entire Haas team and the other Mercedes. So that's who's waiting for the thing as, Gecko 29.5, but Luke explodes it with a 28.1. I'm gonna have to check the radar for a sec, see what we have, because we do have some strong storms on where I'm at right now. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, so looks like I got a little heavy rain cell. Should be out within like the next hour. Okay, so I should be okay. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But well, for that slight delay there, TB 28 F1X 29.5. Scyther has to re-go again, and that's the Chiller on an out lap. Or is that Gecko on a recharge? No, it's Gecko on a recharge. Okay. Maxwell's gonna have to redo his run. Well, here's Matt. So interestingly with Matt, consistently third right now, third in the Drivers' Championship. He has one win to his credit, with a win in Baku. But it's been pretty much this season. It's been a Red Bull. It's been Red Bull dominating the season. Gecko said that he had a problem with force feedback in that last sector. Is Matt 28.9. Very nice lap. Let's see here. Well, here's Beatnik now. I do wonder how Beatnik will do. Here he comes. Now in the hairpin. So here it goes. Here he goes. I know this is Buggy saying that, oh, he got the fastest sector all the way around so far. But it'll be like a 29 or something. You know, I would be very shocked if Beatnik outqualifies Matt. That'd be very interesting to see happen. But he's got a ways to go, 30.0. So, currently, he's 1.1 seconds off his teammate. Let's go to the chiller now. Let's see. Yes, he is making his rounds. And here he comes. Ooh, a little loose in the last corner. And it's a 29.9. So let's see. So Maxwell and Reese are the only two yet to set a lap. And who the hell is that? Looked like it said Mole or Home or whatever. Some monkey name. So, Beatnik is coming back to the pits as Reese has made his way out. That was a sneeze and a half. And we just lost TB. Good night, TB. Well, in just under 3 minutes, we will be restarting the quali session. But at this moment, it's looking to be Luke right now. Oh, not the quali session. We're just going to restart the lobby. Sorry. But Reese, out and about. And Reese warms himself up, and he's ready to roar. Well, off he goes. I wonder how he will do at this point in time. So, wonder what he will have for a lap time as he just invalidated it. Nice job. Nice job, Reese. That's just awful of me to say. I was going like, nice job getting your lap time deleted. Oh, what kind of camera angle is that? Looks like a top roof cam or something. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyways, there we go. Back to normal. Alright, so everyone's out and about for the final runs. As, well, Reese is gonna have to start all over again. And by looks of it, Scyther is going to be the first one of these last guys. So Reese is going to have to redo his run, but let's see what he had if he didn't invalidate it. Oh, he would have been P8. He would have been behind Beatnik with that horrible time. But anyway, Scyther, if he invalidates, he's done. There's not much hope he can have. Matt, Luke, they're going to have to get it going because they got 20 seconds to get to the line. Ow. Alright. So looks like Luke comes across. With only 5 seconds to go. Alright. So TB staying second. Possibly. Could be second. You never know. Let's see. 5.1 seconds he's up. So, I mean, Scyther's not going to charge where he's going. Let's see what Scyther's got as he comes across, and he will remain. Oh, he's going to be P4. Very lovely. Very nice time. Gecko just takes it. Gecko's going like, I take that now. Let's see what Reese can do. Can Reese deny Luke pole as he comes across the line? No, it is not enough. He's P2. So Luke's on pole. Unless Maxwell can deny it. Let's see. Beatnik. F1X stays 7th. Beatnik goes to 7th now. Here comes Maxwell. And is no-go. Luke is pole. And Matt comes across for P4. 300's clear. And Luke just, for extra stamp of authority, 27-8. So, that's your top 10. Let me just screenshot that. So the Chiller will be P10. So there it is. Luke, Maxwell, Reese. As I predicted, they're the top 3. But now, we will be restarting the lobby. So we are going to be redoing the lobby. So we'll be back up in just a few minutes. Alright, everyone is in. Let's get it going. So we'll be picking up in the Haas once he is good and in. Yep, he's got Haas. We're ready to go. So, as we remember when we rated up, Luke, Maxwell, and TB are on the medium compound tires. Wait, not TB. Luke, Maxwell, and Matt are on mediums. Yeah, yeah. So we are ready to go as we just had a big bolt just flashing strike around in the sky. As we're now waiting for people. Alright, so here we go. Off and away we are. So, let's take a look. Alright. So, here is the lineup for today's event. So it's a Red Bull 1-2 with Luke and Maxwell making up 1 and 2. Reese is in P3 with Matt alongside him to make up row 2. Row 3, it is TB and Gecko. Row 4, it is Scyther and Beatnik. The Chiller and F1X make up row 5. Payox and Redfire Tiger make up row 6. And Aston Martin row 7 with Jack and Cryptic. Williams row 8 with Bourbon and Artifact. KVS Wavy Knife in row 9. And the back row, it is Salt and Stenner. So, with the top 10, Matt, TB, Maxwell, and Luke on the mediums. Everybody else is on soft tires. And those that joined under the free reign rule for the bottom 10, Payox, Redfire, Bourbon, KVS, and Stenner went for mediums, while Jack, Cryptic, Artifact, Wavy Knife, and Salt offs. So this should be interesting. So the race is a 27 lap race event. Well, this will be unique to say the least on who, as everyone is getting themselves put up into the position. And Salt, the last one to line up. So Salt, unfortunately, had to be in P20, courtesy of AK's horrible run, and also being dodgy by smacking Luke around. And as Salt lines himself in a position, and here we go, the 5 lights come on to start the Japanese Grand Prix, and we're off and away. Luke gets a really nice start. Maxwell gets a little slow on there. Here comes Reese on the outside as they make their way long around, up into turn number 1, and it's a dog pile as they make their way into the S's. Reese, a little side by side with Maxwell, a little tight between those two. Matt has to fall back behind in 4th place. TB having to deal with Gecko for P5. Scyther climbing on up into P7 right now. And it looks like a lot of these guys have stayed where they are, but Payox, hopefully, has lost some time, and he's all the way back. So last week's winner, now at the back of the grid, but it's Luke, Reese, Maxwell, as Bourbon gets in trouble. I think Bourbon's just regained control of his car. That's what's happened, and he just disconnected again. Cryptic battling with Fire Tiger, and this should be pretty interesting. Cryptic and Red Fire Tiger. That Cryptic just took away P11 from Red Fire. Jack and Artifact battling for P13. So that's quite interesting for it to be, to say the least. But once these guys cross the line to complete lap number 1, it is as it stands. It looks like Luke Reese maybe, no, he's not chancing it yet. But as they cross the line to complete lap number 1, it is Luke, and Jack's in trouble. Jack is spun out in a triangle. So it's Luke, Reese, Maxwell, Matt, TB, Gecko, Scyther, Beatnik, F1X, and the Chiller. You got top 10. Nice helmet view of nice helmet view there. But anyways, and unfortunately, Bourbon, unfortunately, he won't be able to get back in because some random just showed up to clog up the lobby to full. So now, as these guys have just made themselves a big old train as to make their way around, well, it looks like not much there. We can't tell who's going to be battling where because the time thing is bugged to hell. We could easily say it's, we have one full fight. Way in the back, it's Stenner against Salt. That's for P15. And that is Artifact crashing hard into the wall. And did he just reset the track? Yes, I think he just did reset the track. Well, Bourbon's now back. Okay, good. But anyways, so coming to the pits, a horrible... I mean, he came off of a strong debut last week. Now, stuck with bad luck here in Suzuka. As here we go, as now DRS becomes enabled for these boys. As Luke trying his best, he's being challenged hard by Reese right now. As we're on board with Reese right now, as he's trying to catch up, trying to lure Luke in through the S's, but these S's are in Red Bull's favor. These winding, slipping corners is favorable to the Red Bulls. So literally big train from first all the way down to 5th place right now. These guys guys are within a second of each other, that's for sure. Artifact has come into the pits already, onto the medium compound tires. There is Reese now. So Reese trying his best to see if he can claw see if he can get some grip in to try to make a move to get himself into the lead. But he's got Maxwell right with him as well. And it looks like Scyther's thinking about making a move. Oh, he's going to go a long way around. Oh, now he's spun it. He has fucked it. Scyther loses it, and into the wall he goes. Anyways, back to the fight at hand. As Scyther comes into the pits, Scyther tried to make a move, but did not expect Gecko to break as expected. And Scyther just loses it, and under the wall he went. Quickly get back to Luke and Reese, because those two, I thought Reese was just about ready to make the attack to go for the lead, but he just couldn't do it. So this should be quite an interesting span of affairs, that's for sure, as Maxwell is also up Reese's butt. And Matt's gonna have a little trouble. Oh, Payox crashes in the S's. And we have a safety car to kick off. So Payox crashes in turn number 5. And that will say goodbye to Payox, last week's winner. So Payox out of the event and a safety car to start off everything. So most likely I'm willing to bet probably the soft tire guys, they're going to be coming into the pits to get themselves onto the medium compound tires. Or maybe some hards. Is anyone going to go for it? No. Reese stays out. But Gecko is going to say, yeah, I'm going to take a chance. I'll come in. And so is Beatnik. Beatnik coming in too. Cryptic as well. So here is that. He's going on to the hard compound tires. As Cryptic, medium compound tires for him. Beatnik mediums. And yeah, so it looks like Salt onto the mediums. Jack, mediums. And Bourbon's gonna restart with a new set of mediums. So, oh no, he's going to softs. Okay, so never mind. So Gecko, so out of that top 10, Gecko, Beatnik, and Cryptic decided to go in. And Gecko on the hard compound tires. And with those hards, he can go the rest of the race on that compound. And, well, yeah, so now, with everybody's cycle, with the ones that came in cycle through, Luke maintains his lead. The top 5 have pretty much stayed what it is. It's Luke, Reese, Maxwell, Matt, and TB. But the rest of the 10, it's F1X, The Chiller, Red Fire, Stenner, and KVS. So, well, two guys we should mention, the Alfa Romeo boys. Stenner, for example, last week was caught in a nasty incident with F1X that caused both of them to wreck. And then KVS, still looking to see if he can capitalize to get a strong finish like he did in Austria with that 5th place. So, let's see. So these guys, what should be very interesting to say the least. So we had a yellow come in on lap number 4, near the end of lap 4, and now we are in. So I'm gonna say most likely we're gonna be going back to green flag racing in the next lap. So end of lap 6 is when we'll be going back to green. As the field's following the Aston Martin safety car. As these guys warming themselves up. Oh, actually, yes, safety car is in this lap. And unfortunately, Payox is out, is left. So Payox's first retirement, and that's what triggered our first safety car of the event. So sadly for Payox, that's the end of him. And Luke comes out of Casio. Ooh, Reese got a little loose. So Luke with a strong restart. Reese got a little screwy on the restart. Now we're off and away again. And that's a nice angle up into turn 1, that's for sure. There's Gecko making his way clear. Wavy Knife, give himself into P11. So it looks like Wavy Knife had a horrible restart. Because Gecko almost a second behind KVS already. So that was probably not good there. Anyways, the Chiller up the tail of F1X. The Chiller re-signed to Ferrari for next season. Also in next season, F1X going to Aston Martin next season. As Gecko has just cleared KVS, put himself back in P10. So Gecko, and now both Ferraris back up at the P10, up in the P10. Literally both Red Bulls, both Mercedes, both Alpines, and both Ferraris up in the points, and Alfa Romeo and a McLaren make up the rest of it. As looks like Phoenix having problems. Phoenix having some problems as Cryptic and Wavy Knight, they're fighting. Hanging at 130R. Ooh, that's gonna be nasty. Oh boy. So Beatnik being extremely ballsy. And it looks like Wavy Knight just came out worse. As Jack just sped in the pits. But literally Beatnik clearing Beatnik up in the P12 at the extremely ballsy move against Cryptic and Wavy Knife. Oh, that was a little scary to watch. But Beatnik just shows he just has the tenacity to continue forward. He's up in the P12 in the McLaren. We got trouble. Oh, that's Wavy Knife around. That's Wavy Knife around in that little mini straight before turn 10. So, let's see. So the top 3 has remained the same between. Well, actually, top 5's remained the same. F1X losing time to the guys in front, 2 seconds behind. He's losing time to F1X as some random just showed up. And Gecko just cleared Stenner in the triangle. Very nice run there. Let's see if anyone's going to be ballsy. I mean, is TB thinking of it? No, he's right. He is right up the butt of He's right up the butt there, and it looks like Beatnik had a malfunction. Oh, no, never mind. He just cleared KVS. That's what happened. Cleared KVS in turn 1. Get himself into P11 now. Oh! Well, TB just had a malfunction, too. TB went a little wide out of turn 8, out of the Dunlop curve. So TB just lost a whole ton of time. He just lost quite a bit of time in turn 7. That's what happened. Yeah, turn 7 was where he had a problem. So TB just lost a whole lot of time, but Maxwell is up the tail of Reese, and bad news in regards to what the hell? Looks like Wavy Knight's just having horrible problems. But Maxwell looking to see if he can make a move on Reese. Reese defending, but Maxwell's gonna get DRS. He's right up the tail of Reese here as he goes. DRS wide open. Here he comes. Makes a move on the outside, and he makes it work. Maxwell up into P2. Right the way around, turn 3 there. And that is the end of that. That's the end of that. And the chiller goes slightly wide into turn 1. So now we have a Red Bull 1-2 scenario. So now Reese loses the ground. Loses the ground. Now he's sitting in P3 right now. And Maxwell hanging steady with Luke right now. 1.5 seconds behind. And it looks like I think Reese might have to consider coming into the pits because he is losing a lot of ground. He's losing a lot of ground to these guys. And, oh, we have problems. That's Scyther around in the hairpin. So Scyther in trouble in the hairpin. And, ooh. So Scyther in trouble in the hairpin of turn 11. That's the loser class of Wavy Knife. And Beatnik just cleared Stenner. Did he really just... Yeah, he did. He passed him in 130R. And Reese is coming to the pits. And the chiller's coming in. Beatnik's just very ballsy and very risk... He's just playing the risk taker today. And he's making it stick. So Reese and DeChiller onto the medium compound tires, and they come out. Reese just behind Artifact in P15, and DeChiller quite a ways back. He's in P16. But Beatnik's a madman. He's been very risky on this safety car restart, clearing 2 cars. Well, he's cleared 3 cars in and around the 130R area. Reese has just cleared Artifact, put himself back into P14. Looks like with Gecko, the hard tires seem to be working for him. He's catching up quick to the Alpine crew. Redfire Tiger to kick it off. And one thing about Redfire is a very difficult person to battle with, for good and for bad. Now, I do wonder, I think F1X might be coming in this time, as we have a nice helicopter cam here, as F1X dives onto the pits, but Redfire will get DRS, and so will Gecko. Here he comes. So is he going to make the move? He might, possibly. Yes, he is. He's going on the inside at turn 1. Oh, boy. And Matt's disconnected. Matt's disconnected again. This is the second time he's done that. Well, let's hope he's not 5-6 laps down by the time he gets back. But Gecko clears Red Fire into P5 and taking advantage of the issues there, and that's Salt in trouble. Get back to Salt. Yeah, Salt in trouble in turn 4. I think did he catch the curb and spin out? I'm thinking that's probably what might have happened. But Matt back in control. Fortunately, with his disconnecting problem, he lost P3 to TB. But, now for a little bit, as we don't know who will be what, but, about Stenner right behind him, P8. Stenner's doing pretty solid on this medium stint. He's running it well, like the other guys. Luke, 2.1 seconds clear of his teammate. And, Reese just cleared Bourbon in the Casio Triangle, put himself into P11. So, all Reese has to do is clear KVS, and he's back into points. So, with the medium tire runners, the top 4, Red Fire, Stenner, and KVS are not pitted. And it looks like F1X, and and Salt in the wall in turn 1. I have a feeling, I think there might have been a Senna Prost moment, because F1X and Salt were battling for P15, and I think that's what might have happened, as Reese has just cleared KVS to put himself into P3 now. Now he's a second behind of Cryptic. And Salt is called it out. Yeah, he's done. Salt retires from the event, so he is out. So the second retirement of the event. So, let's see. Here comes Reese on the Cryptic now. Is he gonna do? No, he's not. He's not gonna do a beatnik. He's not close enough for a beatnik move. Looks like he's gonna wait till the DRS zone to clear Cryptic to put himself into P9. And here he comes. And here he goes. And the Chiller. First person to join the 3-second penalty club. And Reese clears Cryptic. And, we got problems. That's Red Fire spun out. And so is Stenner. Red Fire and Stenner spin out in turn 3. So Red Fire and Stenner spin out in turn 3. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought... No, there was. I was thinking Beatnik did it. I thought Beatnik spun out. I mean, I feel sorry from what I just said, but, I mean, Beatnik's had a habit of that happening, but no, it's not. Beatnik's okay. He's perfectly fine. And it looks like that's Scyther around again. Yes, he is, and he reset the track. Spun out in turn 3, and he reset. Luke just set the fastest... Jesus, 14-lap-old medium tires, and he's still setting fastest laps. Is Luke Lewis Hamilton or something? I mean, literally, he's probably thinking for a couple laps, he's going like, Bono, my tires are gone. Red Fire just clears KVS in the tryout. Oh, literally, he's like, Bono, my tires are gone. My tires ain't working. And he just sets fastest lap. That's literally what I think there, honestly. But anyways. Let's see, what's the closest fight right now? It looks like Matt's catching up to TB.
Yeah, Matt is catching up to TB right now. And Luke is point further away from Maxwell, 2.8 seconds clear. Luke is of Maxwell. So this should be a unique turn of event there for sure. Whew. Now let's see. Here goes. Oh no, he's just gonna be out of DRS zone. Yeah, he's gonna be just out of DRS range. And Maxwell has gone in. So Maxwell, the first of the Red Bulls. And he's going softs. Very interesting choice. Well, that puts Matt second, that puts Matt in third, TB second, and Gecko is sitting in P4 right now. So let's see. Looking at it now. So it looks like if we got trouble in sector 3, is that Jack in trouble? No, that's F1X. So F1X had a problem in the Casio Triangle. But anyways, by the looks of it, if Luke pits now, he'll come out just about the same time meeting with Beatnik in P5. That's what it looks like by the looks of it. As Maxwell gives Reese a little shunt, as those two are battling with Beatnik right now. Max is going like, get out of my way, I want to get through, I'm on much faster tires than you. And Luke has come in. So Luke is in the pits. And here comes... Oh Lord, this is going to be good. We're on board with Maxwell. Reese thinking about it? No, he's not. But, oh boy. This is going to get good. Oh boy. Tight. Oh, Maxwell just gets him. Nice. And Luke just comes out, and he's ahead. So Luke comes out P3. He's still got Beatnik to deal with. TB's in 7th right now. Yeah, Beatnik's just not... Beatnik's being relentless. Beatnik's not giving up. So, Matt is going to be probably coming in next time by. So that means Gecko will be taking the lead. And Gecko... And, oh, we got trouble. And that's F1X in trouble again. KVS in trouble too. Alright, well that's interesting. Oh boy, here goes Maxwell. Maxwell on the outside. Now inside. Ooh, lovely stuff. Oh no! There he goes! Oh no! Oh no! Maxwell just bends it. He's gone. Owie! Oh, wee! Gecko now takes the lead on lap 17 with 11 to go, and Luke charging his way to catch up. Reese now goes back into P3, Beatnik in P4, and yeah, Maxwell, unfortunately, I didn't see any contact between him and Beatnik, so I think Maxwell just got some understeer and just off he went. I mean, literally, I didn't see it from that angle. I don't think Beatnik made contact. But also, don't forget, Maxwell was on the inside, so maybe he caught the inner curb of Spoon and spun out. That could be what happened. Well, now we do know that the lead is going to be taking back by Luke, as he's under a second behind Gecko. Gecko on 12-lap-old hard compound tires. Luke is running ferociously on those softs. Here he comes. He's going across it, and it is 29.8 for new fastest lap, and nips the lead from Gecko. So Gecko, even though he's on 13-lap-old hards, he's right now 8 seconds clear of Reese. So Gecko, I mean, never know. Maybe Gecko could possibly be in contention for a podium, perhaps? Never know. It's possible. It is quite possible, to say the least. That's what I'm thinking, maybe. Coming out of the final corner scene here, KVS, Jack, and Stenner, those three are fighting for there, and looks like Red Fire's in trouble again. Oh no, it's Artifact this time. Artifact had a problem. And Beatnik around the outside. Beatnik around the outside. Here comes TB up his tail. And TB just decides, maybe I'll wait. Looks like TB. Oh boy. Here we go. They're going to fight in 130R. Oh god. This is going to get good. Another 130R battle. Nope. TB just backs off. He's not ballsy like Beatnik is. But he is going to be ballsy into the triangle. As those two are close together, and he is clear, and there comes Maxwell to join the party. So Maxwell joins the party and nips Beatnik a P6, a P5. And Beatnik, just for a second, buddy, you're gonna have your boss right behind you in about a lap or two. And now Stenner joins the penalty club, and Artifact gets off of those hard compound tires. So Artifact out of it, and Wavy Knife has crashed right by Gecko and a safety car. This changes everything now. So now everyone's gonna come in for soft tires. Everyone will come in for softs. So Wavy Knife crashes in the hairpin. And that's the end of it. That's the end of Wavy Knife. So now everybody is going to come in for softs. But, I mean, I know one person may not go for softs. And that's Matt, because he literally just pitted a prior lap. Luke is coming in. And here comes Gecko. Now Reese. So I think Mercedes are safe for double. TB staying out. TB's taking a chance and staying out. So we knew Matt was staying out, but TB taking a chance? I think that's a critical mistake. I think that's a horrible mistake on TB's part. I'll just say it flat out. I think that's going to be a mistake on TB's part. I'm just saying. I mean, unless he pulls up the fight of his life. I mean, he's going to be up against Luke on tires that are 3 laps newer than his. So that's just going to be a question there. I don't know if that'll work. I mean, I understand Matt staying out. I mean, Matt's got the confidence to go for it, but I don't think TB's got it. I mean, unless TB pulls off the fight of his life, like said before, he can't do it. But I mean, TB, he actually did hold off Luke for several laps in last week's race in Russia, up until he got taken down by Payox. But still, I mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying I don't know if it'll... You're back. So we'll be going back to green, and once we go back to green, 5 laps to go. So the top 10, it's TB, Luke, Matt, Gecko, Reese, Maxwell, Beatnik, Redfire, Cryptic, and Bourbon. Rest of the field is the Chiller, KVS, Artifact, Stenner, F1X, Jack, and Scyther. So, Beatnik, not Beatnik, TB controlling the grid. This should be really good. So let's see what happens as TB slow around there, and he's off and away, gets a little loose. And Luke responds perfectly well, and we're back up and running again. And this time, Luke gets a much better restart. Here he goes on the outside. No, he doesn't. Now he's on the inside. Oh, TB chops at him. TB with a chop. So TB with a slight chop to hold Luke back. And this time, Matt's up on there. He's singing like a shark that smells blood. He's ready for an attack. Here comes Gecko as well, as everybody's lining on a first shot at the lead. I mean, literally, oh my god, this is going to get really good. I mean, this could result in something really amazing, or really off, or something really horrifying. As we're looking at the back view of Gecko out of that hairpin, as everyone's rolling out of the way. This is gonna get good. I think that there's gonna be so many there might be so many fights that I won't be able to track them all down. But let's keep an eye on the main one, the lead. Here we go for 130R. Is Luke gonna make a move? Where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna stamp it? He's not seeing it. He goes on the outside of TB. And TB slightly in there as Maxwell clears Reese in there. Maxwell up into P5, and Luke, his TB a little bump of disapproval. go. On the outside again. Here he goes. Here we go, and no! Luke stuck behind. TB's holding him back. Luke's just still giving him some bumps, not being happy at TB here. And this is gonna get really good. So here comes, now we're on deck with Maxwell right now. He is chasing down Gecko for the chance of P4. Let's see, maybe, no, he's not. He doesn't see a chance yet. Let's see, is Luke thinking of it? No, he's not. So here we go. Now we have a bumper cam of Luke here. I don't know why we had to need to see that, but not something we need to see. But anyways, Luke hanging on strong. See if he can try to get clear a TB. TB is just relentless in keeping him back. And it looks like he might make a move in 130 yard. No, TB holds him back again. This is gonna result in something bad. Here comes Luke, dive bomb on the inside, and ooh, Lord! And here we go, side by side, and Luke gets TB. Now Luke in the lead now, and this time, now we're on board. Matt just gonna watch this here. Can we make a move? Here he goes. No, he doesn't. So Luke clears TB now. Luke clears TV. Here comes Matt. Here's Matt right behind. So Luke is back in the lead again. TV sitting in second. Matt sitting in third, and Gecko still hanging strong in P4. I did say with Gecko before he might have a chance for a podium, and it looks like that chance might be happening. But there's only 2.5 laps left to go. Holy hell! And Maxwell barges his way in and sends Gecko wide. Okay, I just heard a big boom and it just scared the hell out of me. Anyways, well, Maxwell just clears that. Ooh, Reese! Lord, Lord, Lordy, Lordy. He's not seeing a chance there, and oh man, we have a dog pile. We have a dog pile from second to sixth. We have a dog pile here. There goes Matt on the outside, and he is clear of TB. This is gonna get really good. These five are just fighting up a storm here, and Gecko has spun out. No. No! No! Gecko! Chance for a podium gone! He spun out! What happened? Did he make contact with Reese? Was there contact between him and Reese? Oh no. Oh no, that's a big F for Gecko there. F in the chat there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's just really sad. But anyways, Maxwell seeing if he can nip the podium plate, the last podium position from TB. Yes, he is. He's going in. He's going in. TB's putting up a fight. Oh boy, contact. And TB can't do it, and he loses positions. I knew that was gonna bite him in the butt. As we're in the final lap now, TB restarted in the lead. Now he's in P5. And whoa. Looks like we have a fight for P9 between the Chiller and Red Fire. Red Fire, Halo, ENC with the Chiller. Oh boy! Is that a desync moment? Is that a desync or an oversteer moment? I don't know, but now Red Fire out of the point. Alpine's out of the points. Jesus. Good lord. But anyway, so looks like it's I don't know. I mean, is Reese gonna try to surprise and get there? And it looks like Stenner and Gecko. Oh, hello! Jack hard in the wall! And so is Stenner in the wall, too. But anyways, as he's coming around for the final time, and this is the end of it here, he saw, capitalized, and conquered it. Luke wins the Japanese Grand Prix, and Matt, P2, Maxwell, P3. Oh! Why did Matt just get plummeted down to P5? He's not P5. He's P2. He's P2. I don't know why he got bugged over to there. They just gave him a bunch of penalty for no reason. Anyways, Beatnik P6, Cryptic P7, Gecko P8, KVS P9, and Bourbon in the Williams P10. So Bourbon gets Williams P10. When was the last time a Williams scored points? I just gotta look at that. But so, who do I think will be driver of the day? Well, I'm going to be giving it to the Red Bull squad of Luke and Maxwell. Primarily, Maxwell. Maxwell wound up spinning on his own in Spoon, and then the safety car rallied him back to a P3 finish. Okay, so the last time a Williams scored points was Netherlands back in about 3 rounds ago, which was round 10. That was the last time a Williams scored points. So Bourbon getting himself a point. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Luke, your winner, getting yourself a nice 26 points. Matt is P2. Matt is P2. Maxwell P3. Reese P4. And TB's in P5. Beatnik P6, Cryptic P7, Gecko P8, KVS P9, and Bourbon is P10. So, that is going to conclude the race. This is going to conclude the stream for this week, and this is going to be a unique setup for next week. So next week, Friday, F2 will be F1 Tier 2 will be in Spain. F2 will be at Circuit of the Americas, which is my home track, and that's also where F1 will be next week as well. So, from RPL Streams, this is Ty and Ironwolf saying good night. Have a good one.